Hello, palm farmer in the house. Welcome back to your channel. On today's episode, I'll be talking about the 5 causes of low yield in oil palm farming. So if you're an oil palm farmer or you intend to establish an oil palm farm, this video is specifically made for you. So without wasting much of your time, so let's get to the countdown. Number 1. The number 1 factor that is responsible for low yield in oil palm farming is the type of your planting material. This one doesn't need too much explanation. If you get your planting material right, definitely 80% of your success is already done. If you plant Dura, you plant the local variety, you plant Dura, definitely you'll be having low yield compared to somebody that planted the hybrid of Tenera. So, and also you'll be having so many challenges with disease, especially vascular with diseases. So that is the number 1 factor that is responsible for low yield. In Dura, you'll be having less than 3 tons per hectare, whereby in Tenera, you'll be having 8 tons per hectare upward. So the difference is just. The number 2 factor responsible for low yield in oil palm farming is bad establishment, bad farm establishment. Many farmers or many people have been convinced to establish their farm in a way that it will occupy so much oil palm tree. So you are looking for a way to jam pack so many trees on your farm. You think by having so many, more than 140 on an hectare, it will improve your productivity. Foul. That is foul for you. Because oil palm, the spacing for oil palm is 9 meter by 9 meter triangular. So, but some quack or some hoodlum have been convincing some people this spacing is too much. We can use it 6 meter by 6 meter. We can use 7 meter by 7 meter. You are doing yourself. If you do less than 9 meter by 9 meter, you are doing yourself. So it is also important I state at this point that it is not only when you use short spacing that it will affect your productivity. If you use wider spacing that is more than 9 meter by 9 meter, you'll be having less than 140 per hectare, and definitely that means you are having lower plant population. It will also affect your productivity. So either way, whether you are planting too much or you are planting too less, both of them will affect your productivity. They are the causes of low yield in oil palm farming. So the best way to go is to stick to the standard spacing of 9 meter by 9 meter triangular. I don't talk my own. The number 3 factor responsible for low yield in oil palm farming is the problem of water stress, or let me just call it drought. So in Nigeria, for example, in Nigeria presently, oil palm can be cultivated economically, commercially in only 21 states. Any place beyond Kaduna State is not advisable for you to establish your oil palm, because when you establish beyond Kaduna, those palm trees will suffer water stress. Don't forget, as we move northward in Nigeria, we are actually moving towards the Sahara Desert. We are moving towards the desert. So whereby the amount of rainfall compared to the south is very, very different. So don't make that mistake of planting oil palm outside the agroecological zone of the 21 states. Another thing with water stress is that when you want to establish your farm, don't establish your farm during the dry season or at the end of the dry season, because when you establish your palm or your farm at the end of the rain season, they will suffer water shock, water stress, and this will in turn affect their productivity in the future. So the best time to establish your farm is during the rainy season. the early days of the rainy season. The four causes of low yield in oil palm farming is bad nutrient management. If you are a farmer that you don't care about applying fertilizer, you don't test your soil to know the nutrient lacking so as to know the type of fertilizer you apply. You just plant them and you leave them like that. So don't forget, fertilizer or manure, they are just like food for them, for your plant. So it's just the same thing. If you two don't hit, you will not function properly. So if you don't give your plant, your palm, you don't give them fertilizer, you don't give them manure, you don't give them nutrients, they will not perform optimally, they will not function very well. So it's just a simple logic. So nutrient management is very, very important. The abundant the nutrient, the better the nutrient, the better your yield. No two ways about it. So, and lastly but not the least, is management practice. In management practice, it entails a whole lot of things, which means the way you manage your farm, the weeding, the pest control, the pruning. It consists a whole lot of things. So when you don't weed your farm, you allow bushes to take over your farm. Those bushes that are taking over your farm, they are taking nutrients from your farm, and they are also inviting pests to come and attack your tree. It's just very, very simple. So when you manage your farm very well, you weed regularly, you don't allow bushes to take over, you practice pest control, you do disease control, you prune at the right time, it will allow and it will encourage your tree to function optimally, and they will produce well. So these are the 5 things that are responsible for low yield in oil palm farming. Don't say I didn't tell you. So this is my whole bit in contributing to your productivity in oil palm farming. Thank you for your time and thank you for your attention. See you on my next video. Before I go, if you find this video interesting, you got value from this video, kindly give it a like so that YouTube can suggest it to more people and we can be able to reach more audience. Give it a like, drop a comment in the comment section, and share with your friends. Thank you for your time and see you on my next video. Sheshi.